Welcome back. We're talking about the formation of Grand Canyon and understanding the formation of the canyon within a biblical time frame. Now, as far back as the 60s, we already said geologists basically scrapped that idea. And here you see Science News, September 30th, 2000, erosion vast and fast. This notion that the river cut the canyon has some problems. And even secular geologists who study the canyon have come up with that.
One of the biggest problems with this ancestral river theory, right, the idea that the river cut the canyon and over millions of years is, where's the sediment? I mean, if it did that slowly and pushed that in, you should have evidence for it, where the river empties out, right?
Into the Pacific, yeah. And it should be, it's a huge amount of sediment, right? It cut the canyon, and then all of that river covers a lot of the American Southwest. You're eroding a huge area. Where's all the sediment? That's one of the biggest problems.
But it's not there.
No.
That's the problem. I mean, look where it empties in the Pacific. It's just not there.
It's in eastern California. It's west of the canyon in eastern California. And what happened was, well, we've got a couple of theories we can go through here to explain how that sediment was torn out of the canyon, and not by the river, but by huge amounts of water afterwards. First of all, there's the breach dam theory. And this has been popular for many years. It looks like something like this here. You see that Kaibab upwarp? And that was holding back. That's the upwarped area that we saw in green there before in the satellite picture. It was holding back lakes. And the idea is, after the flood, there was an ice age, and as the ice melted, those lakes would have filled up and breached that dam, that natural dam of the Kaibab upwarp. Hopi Lake draining first, carving some of the canyon, and then Canyonlands Lake. These are huge lakes. Carved the canyon in a few weeks, essentially. And that is for more detail. There's an excellent book, and a lot of the content that you're hearing today is in this book here, Grand Canyon Monument to Catastrophe, by Dr. Steve Austin, who led the tour that I was on. I
remember reading in an article one time, they were postulating some of the features on Mars, and they said it might have been a similar thing, where there was, it was kind of like an area where the water might have been, and then it breached and it cut, and they actually used the term cut an instant Grand Canyon on Mars.
On Mars, where there's no liquid water today.
Exactly. But anyway, so we've got a more recent suggestion for the canyon's formation. That's called the receding flood scenario. So this model is summarized in the December 2010 issue of the Journal of Creation, if you're looking for more information there. And it points out some things that the breach dam theory actually have some difficulty accounting for. You can see details in this model. Go to creation.com/GC-origin, and you get a more detailed synopsis there.
Right. Either way, the point is there are two models currently that fit within a biblical framework, which fit within biblical history, that help us understand how the canyon may have been formed, not by the river, and they fit with what we observe. They fit the facts.
And evolutionists are actually admitting that this slow river winding through there over millions of years, that's not really, they're pointing to catastrophism.
Yes, and I guess we should clarify there a little bit. Evolutionists would generally say that yes, the river did carve the canyon, but we're talking here about the geologists that work on the canyon, that have studied the canyon. As we've said already, as far back as the 60s, some of them, and they're not creationists, they were saying, look, this idea that the river slowly carved the canyon over millions of years, it doesn't fit the observations, doesn't fit the facts.
It has a lot of problems, right?
That's right.